So pretty creative videos there. You can watch all of them. Like I said, they're linked in your agenda. Another thing is Harris 8th grade and 6th grade were supposed to go on field trips. These were the topics of discussion at our last meeting. 8th grade was supposed to go to the Outer Banks last week. 6th grade was supposed to go to Chattanooga. So since they couldn't go last week, their virtual remote learning focused on their field trip. So this is an example. Every day, Harris 8th grade had their agenda that they would have followed at the Outer Banks, and they went on their field trip virtually. So they started out with their hot breakfast at the hotel. They departed further travel down the Outer Banks. So this is a video that shows what that travel would have looked like going from Nags Head to Cape Hatteras. Then they have the video about Bonnie Island Lighthouse where they would have stopped and watched that. To climb at 10 o'clock that day, they were supposed to be at Cape Hatteras to climb Cape Hatteras. So they have the video to watch about Cape Hatteras, what the view from the top would have looked like. What's it like to climb the lighthouse? Depart for the ferry with the box lunch on the bus, so they're taking care of every detail of what their day would have looked like. The ferry to Ocracoke. Arrive in Ocracoke and travel to the next ferry. Explore Ocracoke, so the Ocracoke Lighthouse with the videos. What it would have looked like if they had gone on the ferry to Cedar Island. Fast food dinner. And finally, the hotel that they would have spent the night at that night. So every day last week, 8th grade took their field trip virtually, which is amazing. Harris, Outer Bank, or Chattanooga trip did the same thing. But this was really cool what they did to theirs. Their presentation was a lot the same. I won't go through all of it, but what they did is they have taken their students' faces and put them in on these pictures. So you can see they put students' faces here on the Incline Railway. Back up here at the aquarium, they put in students' faces at this picture at the aquarium. I don't think Mrs. Sparks is supposed to be climbing on the exhibits though. So here's Mrs. Sparks up here climbing on top of the exhibit. So what they've done to personalize this for their students this week, I think they're doing theirs this week, is to try to put a little personalization in it. And
I know her, she can do that.
And to show put the kids' faces in these slides of what it would have been like to be there. But they have the videos and everything just like the 8th grade did. Maitland Early College has made some videos that we're going to share this week on social media about remote learning and the adjustments that have been made to that.
Hello, my name is Don Hartman. I'm a 10th grader at Maitland Early College High School. The greatest challenge for me with remote learning is responsibility that comes with it. I have to be mindful of my workload and prioritize what has to be done. So the teachers are doing their very best to make this an easy learning experience. The teachers want the students to succeed and do their very best during the challenging time. They expect students to complete their work and ask questions if they have any. Their presence in communication and care for the students makes remote learning a whole lot better.
So they have done some videos to try to help encourage our students, maybe younger students, about remote learning, how you need to hang in there. Sometimes it's hard, but you have to adapt, plan a schedule so that you can make sure you're getting your work done, make sure you're communicating with your teachers, and so we'll be sharing some of those this week on our social media pages. The safety team has worked to create guidelines and procedures for every aspect remote learning, building safety, and meal distribution. So they have met throughout this time, and every aspect of safety has been addressed with procedures for that. And I know that we've seen a lot of pictures of school districts, and they're showing pictures of their teachers going to hug their kids and everything. And yes, we miss our kids too, but we want to make sure we're keeping everybody safe. And so they have made sure that we're doing that through the meal pickup, the packet pickup, so there's very limited contact. Every day they send out a safety bulletin to staff, and there's 3 parts to that safety bulletin: your safety reminders, today's topics, so anything new safety-wise that has come out from the CDC, anything interesting COVID-19 related about safety, and then safety kudos for the day. So that's where they're trying to watch staff and see who's following safety guidelines, safety procedures, who's doing an excellent job, and give them a shout out for what they're doing. They're encouraging people to wear masks, wash their hands, take their temperature before coming to work, so that we can all stay safe. Casey talked a little bit about technology. All students in our district have access to a device. Some places, districts much larger than we do, don't have this. So thank you for making sure that this has happened over the years, because all students K-12 have access to a device at home now. 14 local businesses and churches have allowed students to come to their parking lots to use wireless. So if they needed wireless access, they could come sit in the parking lot at these businesses and access their wireless. The Smart Bus community hotspots were funded by the Dogwood Trust Fund, and they will be installed and ready for use at the end of next week at 14 additional locations across the county where we need more wireless access. Mitchell County School Board of Education purchased 300 hotspots for teachers and students. Distribution of those began this week, and over half of those are already in use, and that's what Casey was talking about earlier. And all student devices and hotspots are content filtered. So this is a picture here of the devices as they were laying them out here, working on them, getting them distributed. They worked very hard this week to make sure that those are distributed and students have access. Communication. So how are we getting information to students and their families? We use the school messenger phone calls. We use Facebook page, Mitchell County Schools. We have a Mitchell County Schools Instagram now. Teachers are using the Remind and Class Dojo apps to communicate with their parents and families, so they can send assignments that way. Students can take pictures of the assignments that they need to send back to their teachers and send them through this app. So a lot of teachers are using this to keep daily communication with their students and their parents. Emails, teacher phone calls to students and parents. News Journal has done a few stories. They did one about the meals a few weeks ago. And then WTOE is always putting the information we send to them on their website or on their Facebook page also. We've also set up 2 websites. So we have one for staff information and one for student and parent information. So this is a separate website from our usual Mitchell County Schools website, where we just post the information related to COVID-19, the list of where they can go to get meals. Let's see this one here. Food service, student support services, self-care and community health resources and technology. Kindergarten registration information, we had to change the way that we were doing that. So packets, registration packets on Monday, drive-through would get them when they were having packet pickup for students as far as work packets on Monday. They could drive through and get those, or they could request that they be emailed to them through the school, and so that's how we're doing registration this year, and they'll return them. This is frequently asked questions about the grading. And so you can see that we're trying to keep this updated frequently. So what we have learned, we all of our central office leadership team and leaders of our committees, this is the list that we put together of what we've learned through this. The positives: meal delivery and distribution, the weekend food boxes, hotspots, teamwork among all staff members, creativity in lessons, virtual lessons and meetings, teacher-created videos, teachers reaching out to families and building relationships. Some students really enjoy this method of instruction and do well learning from home. Others don't. Focus on Maslow's hierarchy of needs for students, meeting the basic needs first, safety protocol and procedures. Our SROs are working diligently to deliver meals, packets, and devices safely. So our SROs are the ones who are going door to door every day taking meals for students who can't get to one of these sites. Daily safety digest with safety kudos. Willingness of staff to step outside of their typical responsibilities to help in any capacity they can. Parents expressing gratitude. Educators are more aware of students' social and emotional needs and how these needs impact learning. Modifying assignments for special population students. Terry Scott and Phil have been working a lot with our EC students, our ESL students, to make sure that these students are getting the information that they need, that assignments are being modified for them. So they've worked a lot with the EC teachers and the ESL teachers. We're doing a great job with that. Collaboration among staff and grace. I mean, it's been hard. We've just learned that you learn as you go, and I don't know who added that word, but that's a good one. And what we've learned as areas of improvement. Decreased participation in remote learning. As we've gone on, participation has decreased. So we want to keep learning up there. We want to keep students engaged. Families feel overwhelmed with homeschooling responsibilities. I think that's perfectly normal for everybody. We've talked about it here. Students becoming babysitters or working full-time with little time for schoolwork. So some of these students are having to babysit their siblings during the day while their parents are still working and then trying to do their schoolwork at the same time. Areas in the county without internet or cell phone connections. It's difficult for students to reach out to support staff. It's easier within the school building. And Matt Holko and Angela Atkins have led our support staff team, which they have done a fantastic job. They meet with their other counselors, and there's a forum that they have created where teachers, when they see something that they feel like students need assistance with outside of academics, they have completed this form. Matt, Angela, and our counselors have followed up with the students and their families about that. Less control of students' safety and outcomes. Students are missing out on the safe school environment where students' needs can be met, because we know that for some of these students, it's really hard being home all the time. Social, emotional needs of students, and adding training and providing virtual learning. Our teachers jumped in there and did this. Very little notice. They're doing a fantastic job, but we will continue to provide training for them in that. So this is what, I saw this picture this week, and I think that we all are excited for this day. Parents in the drop-off line the night before school's open back up. So lined up, ready to bring the kids back, and we'll be ready for them to come back also whenever that day happens. But all of our staff, entire staff, is doing a fantastic job. They've gone well above and beyond anything you can imagine, doing anything they can ask to do. And we're just lucky to live in this area and have caring teachers who are taking care of our students and all their needs.
Thank you. The next area is personnel and contracts, and we do need to go into closed session.
Then motion we move into closed session.
So,
Have a second.
okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Jason, can you pause?